What is up, everybody? This is Keith Mitchell from the Outerhaven Productions, and for the last couple of weeks, I've had the pleasure of playing the upcoming beat 'em up game with role-like elements, Double Dragon Gaiden Rise of the Dragons. Now, I want to prefix this that I'm not good when it comes to voice reviews or voice previews, but I really do want to talk about this game because I think it is the Double Dragon game that fans have been looking for. We suffered through Double Dragon 4, which was a terrible game. We had Double Dragon Neon, which is alright, but it wasn't still the Double Dragon that we were looking for. Fast forward to this one is actually a pleasure to play. Now again, big thanks to Modus Games and Secret Base for allowing me to get some hands-on with this game. And like I said, I gotta say probably got about 20 hours in with this game, and that's quite some time for a game that really isn't that long, but it has a lot of content for you to go through. So let me break it down from the top. Double Dragon Gaiden takes place, and I want to say, an alternate timeline. It's not the same Double Dragon that we're used to, but then again, Double Dragon throughout the years has been everywhere. So I shouldn't even say alternate timeline. We'll just say a brand new timeline. The Lee brothers, Billy and Jimmy Lee, are still around, and they are younger versions of the ones we're used to, and they are in a world that is full of decay. It has suffered through a nuclear war. Yeah, it's really weird. It's a weird storyline to put into a Double Dragon game. But hear me out. So their buddy, their pal, Marion, is a police officer, and she was hurt in the line of duty. So the new mayor finds her, picks her up, brings her to the Lee brothers, and goes, "Hey, can't you guys help us?" And they're like, sure we can. And this is where you get the new character, Uncle Matten, who's this slow, hulking, massive grappler who is in total disagreement. It's like, no, we're not doing this. Your father entrusted you to me, and we're not doing this. Of course, the Lee brothers are like, no, we got to do this. And he goes, all right, fine, let's go do this. So this game is spread up across 4 different levels. And the cool thing about this is, even though you think 4 levels is very short, it changes up on you. So your first level, you play 1 level. And I should also say you can choose where you want to start. So that's pretty cool. So you play the entire level, and then the game goes, all the bad guys are not on alert, so they start changing up things. So every level afterwards changes up. So say you play the first level, and it's 1 level, and then you go to the second level, and it's 2 levels, and then the third level is 3 levels, and so forth. And as you go through these levels, they introduce more enemies. The enemies get stronger. They introduce mid-boss fights and things of that nature. And it's really cool. So say you go through, we'll just say subway level. It's not the actual level because I don't want to spoil it. Say you go to the subway level and you only see one part of the subway. Okay, say you play that level third in line. Now that level has 3 different levels and you get to see more of it. So for you to see everything there is in this game, you really have to do multiple playthroughs. In doing this, I think that Secret Base has found a way to extend the longevity of the game, and I think that by doing this is very ingenious. At the beginning of this game, you get access to both Jimmy Lee, Billy Lee, or I should say Bimmy Lee. Fans of Double Dragon know what I'm talking about. Marion, who is a police officer, and Uncle Matten. And these characters are very cool because they're all unique. Even though Billy and Jimmy look similar, they have different movesets, which is really nice. Marion packs a gun. She has a mine, which is really good for setting up combos, and also a rocket launcher, which is good for finishing up combos. She's really a combo master, but she's very weak. She is pretty much a glass cannon. She can dish out the damage, but she cannot take a hit. She is very weak when it comes to defense. Uncle Matten, as I mentioned before, he's a very strong character, but he's very, very slow. And there are other characters that you can unlock. I really think that all the characters, at least the starting characters, they all have a uniqueness to them. They all are very enjoyable to play with, and I found that using every one of them was a lot of fun, even if I used Jimmy and Billy and paired them together. They're fun to play with. I really enjoy playing with them. Some familiar people from the other Double Dragons make an appearance. Even the music. The music has been rearranged, remixed. I'm not sure what the right term is for this game. So you get to hear familiar tunes for Double Dragon 1 and 2 and 3 and 4. It's a lot of great music, very nostalgic. But let me talk about the fighting, because the fighting is really what's great about this game. So this game has a lot of combos. And when I say a lot of combos, I mean a lot of combos. You've got punching and kicking into wall bounces, into off the ground moves, back up into the air. You can, if your character has a move that grabs people out the air, you can combo into that. This game has a lot of combo potential, and I can't state how much I enjoy the combat and the gameplay loop in this game. There's also a really nice way of playing by yourself. This is a 2-player game, obviously, but it's single player. Online co-op is coming later on, but you can tag in characters. So when you first start the game, you get to choose between 2 different characters, which, by the way, grows if you earn a certain in-game currency, which I'll talk about in a bit. So basically, you can pick, say you pick Jimmy and Billy, and anytime during the game, you can do a move, do a combo, switch out to Billy, assuming you have the resources, do whatever, switch back to Jimmy, knock him off the ground or whatnot. It's really interesting how that works. So I guess I should talk about how that is possible. So there's a resource bar in this game called the SP bar, and it allows you to tag in people and also lets you do special moves. Each character has 3 different moves. Forward or backwards, up or down, or a stationary move. And they all vary. Some have the ability to pummel people in the face. Some have rocket launchers. Some can grab people straight out of the air. It's very varied. Excuse me, losing my voice here. It's varied very much. And again, I think this is what makes everybody very unique. This game has 2 currency systems. There is one where you pick up money off the ground, and you can use this money at the end of every level to buy an ability for your character. And these are random. Anything from increasing your SP gauge, regaining health on a level, increasing your attack power, increasing your health. It's all varied, and every run through has something completely different. If you don't want to use your money, you can do what's called a cash in, or when you load up your game and go to it, and you can say, hey, I don't want to play anymore, cash out my game. So the game will go, okay, well, you have 5,000 in-game currency. Each token is worth 1,000, so you can trade them in for tokens. And you can change that by using modifiers at the beginning of every game. So you get tokens, and these tokens can be used to buy extra characters, like boss characters. You can use it to buy art. You can use it to buy in-game hints, or you can use your tokens to buy parts of the soundtrack. There's just so much going on with this game. It's really amazing for those who are looking for a new Double Dragon and just haven't been happy with the ones that have come out as of the last couple years. This has the DNA, I want to say Double Dragon 2 and 3. It just feels like Double Dragon, and that's what resonates so much to me, because I'm a big fan of the franchise, and I've been here for the lows and the ups, and unfortunately there's been more lows than ups over the last decade. I want to say that Double Dragon is back with this game, and the roguelike elements really aren't anything to worry about, because again, they're at the end of every level. And if you don't want to deal with the roguelike elements, you can just say, I don't want this, just give me straight money, and you completely bypass any roguelike elements in the game. It turns into a complete straight brawler. Not that the roguelike elements really make any difference whatsoever. All right, so if you're looking forward to this game, the review for this will be out later next week. This is just a preview, so I can't really tell you everything. Also, check out the written preview over at Outerhaven.net. If you enjoy this rant that I call a preview, definitely do us a favor and like the video, subscribe to our channel, because that will help us very much. And thank you for watching.